Hello, everybody. This is Terry Cole with Street Youth Ministry and mightyforce.org. And this is part 3 of our permission set group or permission set deep dive. And in particular, we've already taken a look at where to find all the permission related items. You just go to setup and type in users, and you can see all the pages in setup that have to do with it. And we've looked at each of the different types of setup pages we find under permission sets and permission set groups. So now we're going to talk about how to get started. Now, most of us do not have the luxury of starting all over, throwing out everything profile-based and planning out a project to migrate everything and get it all done and start all over. So most of us have to start running where we are. And so I am going to show you a strategy that lets you do that without any risk and lets you become a permission set based admin without changing everything in your org to get started. So let's do that. Let me get rid of my little talking head here and let's take a look. All right, so I'm in our setups, and the first thing since you're not a permission set based admin yet, you're going to need to go to your profiles and figure out which profiles you're actually using in your org. Now, I have done this already. We know we use SimBase. Everyone gets the SimBase profile except for the system admins, and because of a weirdity about Pardot, we have to have a SimBase Pardot admin because which is exactly the same as SimBase except it's not. And that's what we started with, and that's what we need to build a way to start using profiles with. So let me show you the strategy. The first thing we're going to do, or let me just show you where we're headed, and then I'll show you. We're going to have a SimBase profile, and we're going to have a Sim. Of course, we have lots of profiles because we use lots of admin. We do lots of administration through profile sets now. But somewhere in here, we'll also have a system admin profile. Let's see if we can find it. It should be called Sim Admin. And there it is, Sim NPSP Admin. And admittedly, we call it NPSP at first because we started off with NPSP, but you could just, I would recommend, I would recommend starting off with a permission set that matches your profile exactly, and then you're going to create some permission set groups also. And so here's our Sim Admin permission group, and here's our SimBase permission set. And so that's how that works. Now that I've shown you where we're headed, which is pretty confusing, we're figuring out what profiles we have, and then we're going to create some completely empty permission sets, and we're going to create some completely empty permission set groups. So now that I've said that, let me show you why we're doing it and what we're trying to achieve. So we have users, and they all must have a profile. And if you've never used permission sets before, you have assigned all the capabilities through profiles. And you need to figure out which ones are active. Hopefully you don't have like 900 of them, but hopefully you have a few. We tend to be talking to small nonprofit organizations through these videos. So probably you have a few, like the CEO and the program staff and the fundraising staff, and maybe some type of bookkeeper. You may have 4, 5, 6 profiles. And what you're going to do is you're going to create a permission set. And I personally recommend creating exactly the same as the name of the profile. It's not actually linked in any way other than the name. With the exception of, if you don't already have a naming convention, pick out your 3-letter acronym for your organization and put it in front of your permission set. So your 3-letter acronym, system admin, permission set. And you can put PS in the name if it makes you happy, although everything in the list is a permission set, so it's probably just redundant. So you could probably just do 3-letter acronym, system admin, 3-letter acronym, bookkeeper, 3-letter acronym, program staff, 3-letter acronym, CEO. Those are the types of permission sets you want to do. And then you're going to go to the permission set group and you're going to create empty permission set groups named exactly the same way. 3-letter acronym, system admin, 3-letter acronym, bookkeeper, 3-letter acronym, program staff, 3-letter acronym, fundraiser, 3-letter acronym, CEO. And then you start linking these. So what you do is you go to the permission set group and you assign the corresponding permission set group to the users who have the same named profile. So the bookkeeper is going to get the 3-letter acronym bookkeeper permission set group. And then you're going to go to inside the permission set group, you're going to actually to put in it the one permission set called 3-letter acronym bookkeeper. Every permission set group is assigned to the users that have the same profile name, and every permission set group is composed of one permission set. And there's no linkage between profile and permission set or permission set group. There's no linkage at this moment between permission set and users. Every user has a profile and every user has a permission set group. When you start becoming a permission set based admin in an organization that's already ongoing, every permission comes from the profile. And the permission set group is completely, has one permission set in it, and that permission set is completely empty. So the permission set group is completely empty. But you're going to begin to add new things there, and when you need to make changes, you're going to begin to make the changes there. So that's the idea. And as an example, I've done, you have a CEO, a fundraiser, program director, program staff, and maybe those are what you have in terms of profile, and you have some users, and you have a few users who have the same profile. You're going to create new permission sets. You're going to create new permission set groups. You're going to put some permission sets in the permission set group, and you're going to assign the permission set group back to the users. And that gives you what I would call a scaffolding on which you can begin to do your permission set based administration work. And the scaffolding is strong. It has every feature you're going to need for quite some time built into it. It has a safety net under it. Everything that's permissioned already is still permissioned. Nothing has been moved, migrated, or changed. And you have a place to put everything new or move things as you begin to have muscles to work with permission sets. So it's very safe to build the scaffolding. You can't break anything, as far as I know, by building just the scaffolding. And so you haven't done any migration, any replacing, or any changes. And why would you do this? I'm just going to remind you again what your motivation is. First of all, this is a highly sought after skill, and you're going to need it. Second of all, it saves you time. It makes you able to do more administration work. Third of all, spring 2026 is when they say permission set based profiles will be end of life. I have no details are available, no idea what they're going to do. It could be that they just don't support them anymore, or it could be that they force us to migrate them, or it could be that they automatically migrate them. No idea. It could be like workflow rules. You don't have to migrate them, but you can no longer edit them. So profiles don't go away, but the types of things that we've been most used to putting on profiles are going to move have already been duplicated in permission sets, and they say they are going to completely move over there. So that's our short video on how to build yourself a safe scaffolding to become a permission set based administrator. That makes you ready for 2026. It will give you the ability to administer more in the same amount of time and energy, and it will increase the value of your career knowledge. So, in our next section, we're going to cover some typical jobs that are to be done by a permission set based admin. So, that's it for now. Thanks much. Bye.